Welcome back to episode 12 of my career mode. Today we are in the Red Bull Ring of Austria. Let's quickly recap from Silverstone as we managed to finish on the podium in the sprint, but the race is where all the action was. It was difficult with a capital D. We did everything we could in our power to try and catch up to the GP24 of Pecco Bagnaia. I was so close so many times to trying to beat him. I was quicker in a couple of laps, had the chances, but just couldn't capitalise. Unfortunately, I pushed so much, got myself a long lap penalty, and before I could even get to the long lap penalty, Pecco Bagnaia sends a wonderful move up on the inside, and I have to go into the loop, into the tight, twisty left-hander, and survive for second place. Then, of course, the battle raged on all the way to the final lap until disaster struck. We lost the front in the very difficult Copse corner. The right-hander, the front is folding. We're trying to save it, but we couldn't keep it up, and unfortunately lost big championship points. Pecco Bagnaia now leads the championship by 41 points, and we are getting desperate. We desperately need to beat Pecco Bagnaia here in the Red Bull Ring of Austria. Wish me luck, guys. Guys, I've had a disaster. I've skipped qualifying by mistake, so I've made the executive decision today to get the soft option tyres back. I'm bringing them back, Michelin. Please let me do well in this video here today. We still suck getting across the line, so any chance of us doing well in this race has probably gone already just because of that qualifying position. Oh, bloody hell, I almost bumped at the side of Marc Marquez then. We are able to get round the outside Luca Marini and possibly on the inside of Di Giannantonio as well. But I've just come, well, I don't know how long it was, 20, 30 minutes ago. I was recording the Silverstone race. It was a shocker. Nothing went right. And I think the momentum today is going wrong. This whole day of videos have been a disaster. Bagnaia's got the lead. I need Martin to do me a favour. And I need to get past Di Giannantonio, which I can do. Now, I really like the circuit, the Red Bull Ring, and I do feel really good at this track. If I can't beat them here today with the soft option tyres, then we're officially in panic stations, because again, Pecco Bagnaia was about half a second to 0.8 of a second quicker than everyone else in every qualifying practice session, you name it. Well, I didn't do qualifying, I only did the practice, so in the practice, I mean, he was rapid. So, yeah, I don't know what to suggest to beat him now. We've gone from it being too easy to now being way too hard. There's no balance in MotoGP 24. So I've got to come up with a miracle here. I can't believe my podgy little fingers pressed the skip on the qualifying. I mean, it wasn't even that. Basically, you know when you start with the weekend thing, I wanted to put all the practice sessions on and move to the qualifying afterwards, so it was great. I must have just clicked qualifying off. And I don't know how or why, or I don't know what's happened, but I surmise that's what I've done. And I can't believe it, because starting 12th here is really rough. You've seen it going into turn 1. We were already a second behind Pecco and Martin, with him by going up to the Schlossgold. Well, here. We're far behind, so we've got a lot of work to do here today. At most, I think I'll be able to finish 3rd, so we're not going to lose too much time, too much points to Bagnaia. But we will focus now on the featured race after this. So I'm not going to give up recording yet today until I get a good performance. And I'm hoping today is the day. I'm hoping, well, this hour or whatever it is it'll take to do this video. I'm hoping this is the moment we get back into it and start earning points against the world champion. Now, it's not that long ago I did a video here in the Red Bull Ring of Austria. Of course, myself and the Aces did What If MotoGP, went to the older Red Bull Ring layout, basically skipping turn 2A and 2B. And I still feel really good, but I used the Yamaha in that video and it didn't wheelie. I have got a different beast right now, and that is the RC213V Honda, which, as you know, wheelies astonishingly amount. And you might be wondering, DrAce, why have you not increased the anti-wheelie? 4 and 5 don't really make a big difference, not to me. I just find that 5 slowed me down even more, where 4, yes, I wheelie a lot, but I am slightly quicker than 5. But here is where I'm struggling so much. I'm losing a huge drive. I noticed in the practice session, free practice wasn't too bad. I was able to get into a bit of a rhythm. But the practice itself that guaranteed me a position into Q2, I noticed how quickly the Ducatis were ahead of me. I tried to position myself behind them to secure a place, which I did, and I was about 5th or 6th. And then, of course, as you know, I skipped the qualifying like an idiot. And now we're really struggling. But let's not say I skipped the qualifying. Let's keep the immersion. The HRC team had a problem in the garage and we were unable to get out on track for qualifying 2. So unfortunately we do have to start at 12th place in the grid. Yeah? Are we all believing that? Everyone back into the immersion? Good. Right then, back to business. Cross the line 27.7 for your content creator here today as we beg Jorge Martin to attack Pecco Bagnaia. I could be allowed one mulligan to go straight across that shortcut without getting a warning. That would be nice. Ooh, that's on track limit warning if I ever did see one. So I'm now already on my final track limit warning, and this is where it's going to get tough because when you start so far back and you have to go through into turn 1, turn 2, it's almost guaranteed all the time. Oh, look at the wheelie. I can't keep the front end down. I can't even get a conversation going without the wheelie popping up here in the Red Bull Ring of Austria. But yeah, basically I did a video a while ago which I actually ended up deleting because I just wasn't particularly happy with the quality of the video. And I remember starting at the back of the grid in Red Bull Ring, and within the first couple of corners I had around 3 long lap penalties and 3 warnings, should I say, simply because trying to get past them into turn 1, the slower AI even at 120%, it's guaranteed rider contact and it guaranteed incident warnings. And to the point where even then when you try and go into 2A, 2B chicane, the AI are significantly slower than the player and you end up bumping them. And I think I had like 4 in the first, and I just thought, you know what, this is annoying. I tried restarting it and trying to gauge how I could do it, and it was very irritating. So yeah, I anticipated we would struggle with the track limit warnings, but I am going to make a very bold guarantee. I won't get a long lap penalty in this one. I'm going to be certain of it because the long lap penalty here is a death sentence. It's almost impossible. The way I almost got a long lap penalty then. Wow. Maybe I should not be so bolsterous and so boisterous and make bold claims like that. But the long lap penalty here, it is damn near impossible, if not impossible. Turning into the left-hand side of the final pass of the long lap penalty puts you in some sort of invisible wall where you just can't seem to turn very well. And it's been in the game for ages and it's very difficult to do. So I do hope that I do not get a long lap penalty in this one. I'm going to try and guarantee it so I can be extra conscious of it from now on. But one thing I will say is this looks like this is not going to do any better than this. We are going to be sticking at 3rd place. I just hope that Bagnaia loses a bit of time or a position or something to Martin just so we can minimise the damage in the championship battle, because he, at the moment, current championship standing is 41 points. He's going to be gaining what, another 3 or 4 points? Is it 3 points to, yeah, so it's about 5 points, something like that. I can't remember the sprint numbers off the top of my head, but it's a good chunk of points that he's going to gain again. So ideally I need him to lose a little bit. I think it is 5 points he will gain. So Jorge Martin, if you can, and I know you can, try and get past Bagnaia for me. He's right there on them as well. It's just, there's going to be a crescendo where Martin sends it, but it just, when is it coming? Even if it takes to the very end of the video, I'll be okay with that. Just get past him, as we are in no man's land, wheeling our way from turn 3 to the Schlossgold in turn 4, which is turn 5 in the game, of course, because it doesn't count the chicane as 2A and 2B, which still don't really understand why the chicane does that. And on to the left-hand side, so bit of a slow on this one. I am glad I went for the soft option tyres. I hope I've not disappointed you. But I think that was the right decision, because as you can see, even with the soft option tyres, we're still not quick enough to catch up to Bagnaia and co. So I think the soft option tyres are going to have to be back for the next couple of videos. If we start winning again, then let's keep this championship interesting. I'm sure it's more interesting for me to be fighting the championship than to be 100 points down on Bagnaia or something. So that's the logic decision I'm going to make here today. So this is the last lap then. Ride height device on once again. As long as we navigate through here, without hitting the track limits, I should imagine the job is done to finish in 3rd place. Ooh. We still diced with death there in the end. As Martin is still yet to give me an early Christmas present. All I'm asking for Santa for all this year is 3 additional championship points in the Red Bull Ring Austria Sprint. Please do not win again, Bagnaia. If he wins in this race, I think that's his 5th win in a row. I can't. How do you contend with that? We're going to have to be absolutely brilliant going into... Oh my god, it's Aragon after this, isn't it? Aragon is tough in MotoGP 24. 120% difficulty there is a big challenge. So... we've got our hands full. We really have. I hope the Honda's going to be okay for the end of the season. But it's going to be one hell of a challenge. Looks like Bagnaia is going to win then. Martin's Christmas present will have to wait till 2026 or 25. Bagnaia wins, Martin 2nd, and I do finish in 3rd place, which I'm not all that mad about. I'll take that. Especially starting from 12th, that's a 9-place improvement, so pretty damn good. So here we go then, guys and girls. Now time for the featured race. Once again, we start from 12th, just alongside teammate Marco Bezzecchi, and once again, we get a horrific start as we wheelie ourselves into oblivion to try and avoid making any contact with other riders, because we will be guaranteed a incident warning if we do. That's 1 contact. I hope to God it doesn't give me one for that, because we've got 14 laps of the Red Bull Ring of Austria to contend with a warning if that's the case. Not able to get to 3rd place this time compared to the sprint. This is not as good, but we're up to 4th. Now in past videos, oh, here comes Binder. I've got to hold on and not let him through. Oh, at least it's not just me who's struggling for wheelies then. Binder also struggling, but look how much of a drive he gets compared to us. Much better drive than what we had with the RC213V Honda. I need to get through on Binder. Excuse me, son. Thank you to the Safa. But one thing I can take solace in is knowing that the AI are a little bit slower when it comes to the full race. So there is a chance we might be able to catch up to these guys. Now, it did mention that there's a chance of rain, so I have set up the next bike. So I'll be keeping an eye on this, and if it does drop and we get rain, I'm going to go for it. Oh, I would actually like to get rain, because it would just change things up a bit. It's been a while since we've had a rainy session. 1.6 is the gap already to Bagnaia. It was 1.8 in the middle parts of the track, so we've brought it down a bit. But the 3 GP24s ahead of me now looking menacing, and they're all together on track. Nice early braking into turn 2. This is turn 2A, 2B. 1.2 is the gap to Bagnaia. Interesting. We were able to pull back a bit of time, but here is where we will lose it. Gap is 1.5 out of the Ramus corner. 1.8, 1.9. So we lost 0.3 of a second in that corner alone. From the run to 3 to 4, we're there. We're losing half a second. Well, maybe just a little bit less. No, in fact, it might have been more, you know, because I'm sure the gap was down to 1.2. This one's going to be a challenge. I was really hoping I could end this video today, or my recording session today, on a high. Especially before the voice gives out. Hard onto the brakes here into the right-hander. This is the Rinth corner for turn 10. Gap's coming down. 1.5. But be careful here. I'm actually applying the ride height device a little bit too early there. I need to try and get into a bit of better rhythm. Break and do it a little bit later. Not bad. Fastest man on track. We're only a couple of hundredths of a second quicker than Martin, but it's good enough for me. Just keep on him. It's going to be a lot like Silverstone, where we do the entirety of the race just constantly battling, constantly pushing forward, just trying to get that fastest lap time that's good enough to pull back some big chunks of time. As we dive into Ramus again. If we get the slipstream, we might be able to close in a bit. Can't let that gap get to 1.9 again. It didn't, it stayed at 1.8. Oh no, it did go to 1.9 ever so slightly, but it might oscillate. It has oscillated slightly. It's 1.7. This is going to be a tough challenge. Oh, Bagnaia's wide. Yes, Martin, come on. Oh, that's fine though, as long as he keeps attacking him. There's a chance we might be able to close in. Keep on powering on. Keep on keeping on. Like it says in Death Stranding. Great game, by the way, if you've not played it. And onto the power, into the right-hander, keep it in, tucked. I did the ride-out device again early. Wasn't too bad on the delivery, on the actual deployment of it. What I could do with doing it a little bit later. Doing it a little bit later, just a tad, would mean that the bike wouldn't dip when the bike is on an angle. It would be better dipping it on a straight, you see. Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in tight, keep it in. And again, that's not bad. We're catching 1 second. I've got to get that slipstream. It is crucial for our chance of success here today. Oh, the wheelie, the wheelie, the wheelie, the wheelie. Look at it. It's side, the whole thing is just upwards in the air. 1.7 is the gap again. It is. It's going to take another deep moment to try and catch up to these guys ahead of us. Martin, Bagnaia, Di Antonio, the 3 GP24 Ducatis. Just too good at this stage of the Red Bull Ring of Austria. Plenty of laps to go. There's definitely a chance. But we've got to just keep on pushing and trying to keep within that slipstream. If we can stay with them just enough, so we've got that bit of slipstream, that bit of toe, and we might be alright just to hold on. I did the ride-out device again a little bit too early there, but I think it's not too bad when we straighten the bike up. Cross the line. It's another low 128, 128.074 for your content creator today, and I've got wide. I couldn't turn in then. Just couldn't get the angle to lean on the right-hand side of the tyre. Just wasn't letting me go in. What's Martin doing? Oh, Martin's made contact. That is brilliant. That goes in our favour. Martin sent it on the world champion. And that gives us a chance, so I'm going to try and squeeze on through on Fabio Di Antonio. Excuse me, did you? Let's never underinvestigate. Oh, it isn't. Did you got a track limit warning? What a favour from Martin. Now, Martin is not in contention for this championship. He might be towards the end, but right now he is not. So my focus is only on Bagnaia. Doesn't really matter what Martin does. As long as we finish ahead of Pecco, we'll pull 4 points back. Where the hell is Martin going? What? He didn't get a warning for that? I can't believe it. How did he not get a warning for that? He was right off the track. If I run even a little bit off that circuit there, I'm instantly hit with a track limit warning. So now into the right-hand side again. Bagnaia is... Oh, I did the ride-out device too early. That's what I was talking about. I didn't straighten up quick enough. That is going to cost me a little bit of an embarrassing moment after talking about it for so long. It is so tempting to just run it wide and run over the curb there, because you don't really get a warning for it, and you pull back a lot of time. Oh, I'm off the track. Oh, steady. Can we pull in? Not close enough yet. Not close enough yet. As we slam on to the anchors. And oh, massive frame drops. OLED ultra-wide care coming on the screen. Apologies for that, guys. Basically, I have an OLED ultra-wide monitor. You've probably heard me talk about it in numerous videos, but for some reason, every now and again, it just pops up saying I have to stop what I'm doing and do this OLED care. And basically what it does, I know this is completely irrelevant to the video, but it basically means that it's doing a pixel refresh so the OLED won't receive burning. So this is really off topic, and I'm all over the place now. I was on the precipice of catching up to Bagnaia and Martin, but now I've got something to talk about, I guess. All those overlays you see on the screen, such as like the speedometer, the standings on the left-hand side, the map in the corner, it can burn in on an OLED screen. So when I could be playing something else, I could still see remnants of that on the screen. Basically, this OLED care refresh thing does that, it executes, and it moves all the pixels and refreshes them and wipes it. Done. That's it. Takes 5 minutes, and yeah, it's done. I need to fix it. I need to change it over onto something because it can't happen during a race and I'm trying to catch up to the MotoGP World Champion. I lost a good whack of time for that as well. Martin's got it sorted now. It's like everything's just coming in to try and annoy me here today. We had a terrible race in Silverstone. Or at least it wasn't that bad, but we had a bad time. Saxon was awful. I've lost my bearings. Right, get back to it. Get back to it. Martin under pressure from Bagnaia. I'm losing the front into Ramos there. And we're now, once again, trying to catch up to the two MotoGP World Champions. Wow, Digia sounds like he's really close as well. He is, concerning the graphic. I can't believe that happened. That last lap we did a 1:28.6, so because I went wide here, it cost me half a second. We can't afford to have those mistakes. 50% of this race still yet to complete though, so we've got a bit of time yet. Bit of drama keeps us going, makes us stronger, so it's not all that bad. It certainly makes the content interesting, so I can take solace in that. Right, be careful now. Into the right-hander, pull it in tight. Right height device now. That felt a lot better. That felt significantly better. I do tend to hit the right height device mid-corner, just force a habit. But not to deploy, but to prepare for deployment. 1.4 is the gap. Is Bagnaia... Has Martin made a mistake? Bagnaia is closing in rather quickly now. This has been a very interesting Grand Prix because Martin was tripping over Bagnaia to get past him, and now all of a sudden it's reversed. Bagnaia is now tripping over Martin to secure the victory position. Well, at least one thing, the OLED refresh thingy care is it's giving me a 1/10 of a second here on this lap. And Enea Bastianini is still on the bike, something I've been mentioning in the previous videos, that he has actually been receiving points again. Good to see. And the Trackhouse Aprilia. I had an option actually myself of racing with the Trackhouse Aprilia team. Did think about it. Did consider it. But I really wanted to jump on the Repsol Honda with the aspirations teaming up with Marco Bezzecchi. That's a dream scenario, I'll tell you. Nice into Rint. On the power. Tuck into the right-hander. Oh, beautiful apex to the Red Bull Mobile corner. Now we'll hit the ride-out device. We might actually cross the line here with a new best lap. Not quite, 6,000 of a second down, but good lap time nonetheless. Thank goodness we have time. We have time to spare to catch up to the man who won 11 Grand Prix in 2024. An Italian. I was going to say I haven't had a track limit warning yet. That was probably foolish to say because I'm going to jinx myself. Look at us. Come on, wheelie, keep the wheelie off. I'm trying everything now. I'm upshifting earlier. I'm not being as aggressive on the acceleration and also trying to feather it. And sometimes I don't feather it and it works better. So maybe I should just let it wheelie. Let the boy wheelie. 0.8 of a second it is. I'm feeling the pressure now, ladies and gentlemen, I will not lie. Bagnaia's a look behind him. He's like, is that him? Is he still with me? I thought he had the OLED care thing. When are MSI going to sponsor me for this bloody monitor? I'm overdue. I've mentioned it so many times. I guess I've not been mentioning the brand, that's what it is. All I've said is OLED ultrawide. Could be anyone's OLED ultrawide. Right then, once again. Wait for it. Right height device. Another strong lap time. A 1:27.969. 2 lap times within 4,000 of a second of each other. Oh, no, not now. Not now. How much time are we going to lose there? Yeah, Martin is really slow into 2A, 2B. Bagnaia, he's fancying it. I've got a bit of target fixation here. I'm getting closer and closer, but I'm basically just watching them. Oh, the wheelie, the wheelie. Did you see how close we were until we started wheeling? I did find it odd and asked him when I was catching up to Bagnaia that he just pulled away from me like I was standing still out of the Struben corner. That moment there has set the precedent of what we were to expect with the GP24 Ducatis. I've got to say, they nailed the realism in MotoGP 24, they really did. No one else can come close to these Ducatis. I don't think anyone else has won apart from the Ducatis, apart from myself. But I have the benefit of being a real-life human player. Now we're closing. Come on. No, that's a stupid track limit warning, come on. We are going to improve here. We did improve. That's 3 lap times now that have been really solid. Bagnaia is so close to Martin. Come on, Martin, just hold him on, hold him up a little bit longer. Oh, Bagnaia's going for the outside line, isn't he? As he threw, he is going to go for it. I'm going to send it. If they battle, I'm going to jump in too as well. Absolutely mugged him. Surely not coming back. This is the point, though. This is it. Can we wheelie ourselves to a lead into the Schloss Gold? No, we can't. Bagnaia is too strong. Can I get through? God damn it. You know, with the way he was braking into that corner, I thought I'd be okay to brake and then turn in, but here, well, there it is then. Amazing. We've just seen Martin lead this one comfortably. That's disappeared, and now we have the battle we were all expecting and wanting. Me against Bagnaia again. How critical will these 5 points be when we get to the end of the season? Got to get through on Bagnaia. So we wheelie our way all the way into turn 10. Front tyre is extremely cold. Are we going to get rain? It is the Red Bull Ring of Austria. You know, anything can happen. Track limits for Bagnaia as well. I'm trying to stay with him. I've got to go for it. I have to go for the lunge the second that opportunity arises. Here we go. Lap 12. Got to get side by side with him. He's so good on the acceleration. Oh, I'm trying to go around the outside. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. That. Give me the long lap. Give me the track limit warning after all. Then. You know, I should have just ran across the circuit and accepted the penalty. No. No, the wheelie. No, Martin. I am clutching at straws. I am going to ask for help. I do not know how I can stop this bike from wheeling so much. Even when I did do the tests and I asked for Honda to develop it to not wheelie, it still bloody did. And now we got Martin to contend with. I'm a bit stumped, you know. The 120% AI has done me again. How crucial will these 5 points be? We were right there with him. That is heartbreaking. Are we going to get rain, or is it just going to stay away? I mean, at this point anyway, you'd have to stay out on track. It's too late. Unless it's going to absolutely bucket it down. I can't believe Bagnaia. You know what? It's not even Bagnaia at this point. It's just the Honda and its wheelies. I love this bike. It feels so good on the brakes. But I can't stop the bike from wheeling. Look at it. I just can't stop the wheelie. That isn't too bad. That's tame compared to what this part is. And you might be wondering, well, why don't you downshift to first gear? It's just worse. It's just worse. I actually found a good bit of time there. My best lap coming in here. If only I was doing that when I was right behind Bagnaia. I think, if anything, I was a little bit too complacent. I crashed in Silverstone, of course, and I've not really felt the confidence to send it. But I probably should have tried to get through into the Schlossgall there. And there it is, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, my lap time's gone as well. Well, I can't believe it. From the Mugello test to absolutely decimating the competition in Mugello, to the test deciding to use the harder option tyres, such as the medium, to now we are asking for help. Unbelievable. Unbelievable change of events in this season. It's a second advantage for Bagnaia. He's done it. It might be time for me to start using setups, but I just don't think you can stop it. I think that's just the way the career mode is designed, to keep you upgrading your bike. I guess it doesn't really make sense for a rookie to just come in and win the championship anyway. It's only happened twice before, of course. Freddie Spencer and Marquez, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna have to concede. Is that rain? No, are my eyes deceiving me? I thought I'd seen rain. Is it? It generally looks like there's a couple of raindrops coming down. I'm not seeing any white flags, but unfortunately you don't in this game. And the white flag only comes up when it's appropriate to come into the pits. But I could have swore I've seen some rain there. I still think I am seeing it. That's really cool, because usually when it is a flag-to-flag situation, if it comes, it's usually only like halfway through the race. But this waited to the very last lap. Unbelievable. Well, I'm proud of the video. I am proud of the video today. We dug down deep from 12th to 2nd. We fought valiantly. We didn't get a long lap penalty. And we only finished a second behind the greatest rider in MotoGP in this game. So, it's not all that bad. In our last lap there, we did our fastest lap. So, I'll take that. That's a good way to end today's video. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the championship standings. And I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.